Comic-Cons back with another issue. I am one half of your Comic-Cons, Young Master Jules, and I am here, like always, with my brother.
Yo, 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 it's your man, King Castro Wicks, coming at you live and direct. Comic Con's podcast in the building. Issue number
13, right?
13, the big 1-3. My boy, we are here. We are live, and we are in the building.
Guess what I just found out, and it kind of made me mad.
What?
So,
What?
it didn't make me mad in the sense of like, angry. It made me mad because I didn't realize it.
What happened?
So on my personal podcast, Stocks on and Off, go follow that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm at my 50th episode already, and I wanted
Oh,
to do something. I wanted to do something big for my 50th,
mm-hmm.
but I didn't realize it. So now I have to do something for my 51st. So
That's all right. This is the 51st episode celebrating the 50th, like or something. I don't know.
right,
You got it.
yeah, that'd be dope.
Congrats on that,
But
though. That's a big deal. That's humongous. You know what I'm saying? You know how
I
much goes
know,
into this,
man.
brother. So, chat, round of applause down in the comments for our boy, Young Master Jules, and the Socks on or Off podcast on all platforms. Go check it out now, kids. Um,
Thank you.
you know
I
what I'm saying?
appreciate it.
True indeed. No worries, man. That's awesome, brother. That's an incredible feat. I remember when I started getting up in numbers with the With All Due Respect podcast. I was very proud. I feel like I had because did you know most podcasts don't last past 20 to 50 episodes. And then people
Mm.
stop. So now you've broken that. You're at 51, my friend. So keep going. Here pretty soon you're going to be at 100, then 200, then 3. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like, that longevity.
And
Whenever
I'm excited, man.
it just for me for Comic Cons, it just feels like we've been doing this for so long already. I don't know why, but it feels like we should be on
Because
episode 50.
yeah, no, for sure. I think because I was thinking of that, especially coming up on episode 13. I'm like, we're consistent. Like, I think we only missed 1 week since we started in the sense of podcasting, and that was to celebrate you and your wife. But yeah, we've been doing it so consistently. It feels like it's been a lot, you know.
Yep. Yeah, no, I agree. Every single Saturday except one, as you said. I don't remember what I did. I don't remember where we went. Do you remember what we had to do?
It was your reception.
Oh, yep, very important. That's a big deal, guys. So yeah, me and my wife's wedding reception, we took off one Saturday for that. I think we actually missed a Saturday, but did a makeup podcast too.
Was
Uh,
it this? Because we went to Jared's last week, and
oh
we did
yeah,
this one.
this yeah, this over the Skype podcast. Speaking of that, guys, as you see, we're not at our normal home, Impulse Creations. Today, they have a very special event going on that we might go drop by and see. I know Jules is most likely going to swing by the comic book shop, kids. I have my wife, and, we got to spend time together. We actually have a movie that we're going to see tonight, which I'm going to talk to you about here shortly,
Hell
Jules.
yeah,
But they have Sam Whitwer.
where? Yeah.
Whitwer. For those of you guys that don't know him, we've been talking about him for what 2 or 3 episodes now. The guy that played the voice of Darth Maul in the Clone Wars, right? As well as he actually got an end scene as Darth Maul in one of these Star Wars films too. The live actions. I just found out yesterday. Somebody was telling me that. Jared actually. Shout out to Jared from Unloading Meat. Were you gonna say something?
Yeah, buddy. So I was at work on Thursday, and this guy came in with a big Star Wars fan. I was telling him about Sam, and he was like, I guess Luke in the TV show or whatever he was in.
Hmm.
Um, they made Luke look like Sam Witwer because of how like special of a person he is to that company or to the franchise.
That's
I don't
awesome.
know. I don't know if it's true, but that's what the guy told me.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything like that, but that's really cool. So they made Mark Hamill, the guy that plays Luke Skywalker, look like Sam, is what you're telling me.
Yeah,
That's a
yeah,
big shout out. That's a big shout out for Sam. If I was
yeah.
Luke though,
Because
being the guy that started it all, I'd have been like, the fuck, I want to look like somebody else. I am Luke. You know what I mean? It's
well,
all
I think
me.
I think in the animated series.
Yeah.
Okay, is that what we're talking about?
So you're saying it
Okay.
happened in the animated, not the live
Yeah,
action.
yeah. Correct,
Okay.
correct. My apologies.
That's dope. I wonder if Mark Hamill did the voice of Luke in the animated series. If he's even in the animated series. I haven't watched too much of it, so I actually don't know. As you kids at home should know by now, me and Jules are not big Star Wars guys. We appreciate the trilogy, but I'll say it here and I say it everywhere else, kids. My trilogy is Planet of the Apes, not Star Wars, not Lord of the Rings. Those are all great movies, but it's all about the apes for me. Apes together strong. You know what I'm saying? Um,
I don't know if I have one.
have a trilogy.
Yeah.
Um, do you like the another great trilogy is the Dark Knight trilogy. Heath Ledger Joker, Tom Hardy Bane. I don't
Uh,
know. I love
yeah.
those movies, man. Those movies are great. That's probably my Batman trilogy. I think that's the only Batman trilogy. I think
What kind of pisses me off is the
live action.
animated. Yeah, the live action doesn't compare to me in quality to the animated versions. For
Right.
some reason, just the Batman animated versions blow the live action out of the water. I don't know if you could do more stuff. Okay, so I feel like the live action is not believable in acting, if that makes sense. In the animated version, it just feels more like these are actually superheroes.
See, I feel like the live actions are. I love some of the actors in the live action movies. Not gonna lie to you, I'm a big fan of them. But I will say, when it comes to the animated movies, they are by far the best product I've seen. From the uh basically the stuff you can watch on TV. You know what I mean? Category. It's the live action movies are so good. That's how I got my wife even to care about anything superheroes. Was showing her the Batman animated movies and the
Right.
Justice League animated movies. My wife hates Superman, so every time he's on the screen, she's like, "Why is he
See,
even here, bro?" Like
that's
he's
why I'm glad we're friends, so I can have somebody who hates Superman as much as I do.
she doesn't trust the guy. You know what I mean?
I
She's
don't
like,
either.
and I fucked up by showing her Injustice to start with. You know what I'm saying? When it came to Soup, she was like, "Oh, so he ain't good." And I'm like, "No, it's just this variant of Superman." Then I showed her another movie where he gets gullible and acts out again, and you know, and she's like, "Oh no, he. I understand Batman. This dude is untrustworthy. He's unstable. He's unsafe. Like, take out Superman."
I
I
know. I
like
was. Go ahead.
No, I like Superman at times. I don't love him. Like he's not my favorite character, but I like. We've talked about it time and time again on this show. Superman to me is a necessary hero in the story, man.
I feel it. Have you seen Justice League Doom?
Yeah. Yes.
So,
That's where they. Is that where they fight Darkseid? Do you
uh,
remember? Go ahead.
no,
Tell your piece.
normally, normally I'm high already on the podcast, but as you guys can see, it builds up. So as of
Shout
right
out to
now, I
Jules.
don't.
We need our own
No,
strand, man. The Young Master Jules strand or the Comic Con strand. Like, we
one
need to
day,
set that up, bro. Yeah, that'd be
one
cool. I
day.
don't smoke, but like, I'd love to have my own strand, like my own sponsor to plug about it. Like, go ahead.
But anyway, everybody knows my son's a big Superman fan. So I was watching
Right.
Justice League Doom, and Superman got shot in the chest by a kryptonite bullet, and he got exposed to a kryptonite heart. I showed my son. I was like, Batman would never, and I basically tried to convince him that Batman is a better superhero than Superman. But
He's
that was,
not gonna get it until later, man. Until later.
I
Do you
know.
think, as a kid, though, who do you think is me? I know I was still attached to the Bat as a child. I thought he was the coolest. But if I think about it, you know what I'm saying? Like Superman can do it all, basically. He's super strong, can fly, super fast. Like he's the cheat code to all superheroes. Like he has all
He
the
got
powers.
he got no hands. First of all, if
Kind of.
if
I mean, think about it. Like, okay, so in the beginning, yes. In the beginning, he probably ain't got no hands. But like after being out there fighting for a while, you a boxer. What happens if you get hit enough?
but he don't feel shit.
He don't. He don't.
So
But
it don't matter.
depending on his villain, some dudes punch him in his shit and he'd be like, dang, now I gotta fight you for real. You know what I'm saying? It happens. It happens
Yeah,
sometimes, man. I
I
uh
feel you.
I think he gets nice after a while. And then you know how he goes to the Fortress of Solitude, man, and he studies everything from Krypton or whatever. They got all his information there about his people and where he comes from, his history, his lineage. I bet you there's some kind of martial arts information in there. There has to be, right? That only makes sense.
Yeah, because they were known to be like super men
Mm-hmm.
or super
Exactly.
people. So yeah, they
Exactly.
probably had a military.
They had to have. General Zod.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah.
I mean? He's a general, so somebody in there
So
was
yeah.
teaching cats combat somewhere. I haven't. I don't know if this is like you know what I mean, accurate, kids, but it's what makes sense to me. So, Jules, does that make sense to you? Like somewhere in
No,
that
no, it definitely.
database, he probably learned some kind of martial arts, and then you can't hang around Bruce for a long time and not know how to fight. I feel like he's gonna be like, "Come with me." You know what I'm saying?
Especially if he has Damien around. Because
Right.
Damien, he'll let anybody know anything because he don't give a fuck. First of all, he'd be like, "Yeah, Superman, why are you so strong but don't know how to fight?"
I love how much of cool Damien has become to me and you over the time doing this podcast. Because we kind of started this off like he's a little asshole, this and that, and we still feel that way, but now we're very much like either give me Dick or give me Damien. You know what? I did that on purpose. Or give me Damien. He's a big fan in this with this podcast. We're big fans of Damian Wayne, guys.
We are,
Which,
man.
yeah, he's incredible. Um, so in other news, kids, this week has been very busy for both me and Jules, so we didn't get to read too many comic books. It happens, life. We will have some comic books on this next episode, but if I'm not incorrect, Jules did just get done reading DC Vampires.
Yeah, and forgive me if I don't remember if I talked about it last week, but just a little the end of it. So, um, of course, Dick is the vampire king now. Him, Wonder Woman, and Superman are basically at the forefront of everything. And of course, each surviving hero has little different tasks to do. Well, the one I'm going to focus on is with Batgirl. And of course, for you people who are familiar, um, in different DC storylines, he's with Batgirl, or Batgirl or Batwoman, Batgirl, Barbara. I was
Batgirl.
gonna say Barbara.
Yeah, Barbara Gordon.
Yeah, he's with Barbara. So, and in the other ones, he's with Starfire. But in this comic, he's with Barbara, and she is now upset that Dick has taken over the role as the Vampire King. He killed Bruce. He killed the whole Bat family. Which,
Yo, spoiler alerts.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Actually, my man Jason went out like a gangster. He didn't want to turn into. He didn't want to. He didn't want to go out like no vampire. So he. It was gangster though because they were in this barn and Dick was holding him down and Arrow and some other heroes, went off on a boat, and he had Arrow shoot him from like the boat all the way to the cabin in the head, so he didn't become a vampire. I was like, that's such a Jason Todd way to go out.
It really
Because
is. It really is. I can't believe this dude killed Bruce though, man. Dick Grayson, his
I thought I
son.
told you.
I
Oh,
don't remember
okay,
that.
okay,
That's
okay, okay,
why did this
okay.
happen? What's the deal here?
Oh fuck. Okay, all right, all right. So, so everybody thought. Remember, everybody thought Bruce Wayne was the vampire, and they fought. Blah 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 blah. So Batman called the Bat family to the hideout, and with the other surviving Justice League members. Well, anyway, uh, Batman was talking to somebody, or he was talking to Barbara, and she was like, "Bruce, it's one of us." And Bruce, not wanting to alarm people, that hey, it wasn't who we thought. It wasn't the Joker, because they thought the Joker was the pirate or the Vampire King.
Mm-hmm.
Pirate King. Sorry for the One Piece guys. Was the Vampire King, and Bruce was like, "Hey, it wasn't Joker. We're still trying to figure out who it was." And then Dick was like, "Stop being cryptic, Batman," and put his whole hand through his chest, and it was him the
That's
whole time. I was like,
vicious.
"Oh my goodness!" And of course, Damien was trying to kill that man. but they ended up turning Damien into a vampire. But that's how the ball started rolling. Um, anyway, Dick is in his big ass tower in Gotham, and Barbara had like a plan to kill as many vampires as possible. She had like UV lights in the bat symbol in like different parts of Gotham.
That's
She had a
awesome.
plan or whatever.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
so that was pretty dope.
Batman's training. That's totally a
Yeah, for
Batman thing
sure.
to do. You know what I'm saying? Like just have all these lights. Like she was prepared for it for some reason. She
Yeah.
just knows like some vampire shit's about to crack.
But what was dope is Damien, of course he's a vampire, but he still hates Dick Grayson for killing his father, so he helps Barbara and them get into Gotham because nobody they say nobody leaves Gotham. It's easy to get in, but they don't
Right.
leave Gotham, which is dope. And Punchline is actually in this storyline, which is dope. Uh
I
she
know you're
wasn't
a
a
big
vampire.
Punchline fan.
Yeah, I'm a very big Punchline fan, but she was in there. She was just, she wasn't a vampire. She was just selling shit and whatever. But that had nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to let you know. But anyway, they get to Dick Grayson's fortress, and of course, Barbara and Dick can't kill each other, right? They love each other. So Dick is like, "Hey, let's be a vampire together. We'll do all this, blah blah blah." So he seduces Barbara and bites her and turns her into a vampire. And I'm like, okay, cool. What's gonna happen next? And then Harley's there with Barbara, and he was like, Barbara, I want you to feed on Harley or whatever. And she was like, you're the king. You do it first. Well, anyway, he bites her, and then he starts to die. And we were like, why is he dying? Well, at the beginning of everything popping off, Harley Quinn was being studied on by the scientists because her blood actually counteracts the vampire. So they mix
She's
that.
the cure or the
She's the
solution.
cure.
That's
Yeah, she's the
crazy.
cure. But I believe she dies along with Dick, and Wonder Woman comes and like, how dare you kill him? Blah blah blah. And Barbara was like, I don't think you're supposed to be talking to your queen like that. Dick was too weak. He couldn't kill me, but I couldn't kill him. But I had to make sure he was gone. And I was like, oh, she planned this from the beginning. And I was like, oh. But this is, I think it goes into All Out War now. DC versus Vampires All Out War. Because Kara is still alive. They had to get her to the sun, which was dope how they did it. Martian Manhunter was in charge of getting all the aliens off the planet. Him and Dick had an agreement. We won't mess with them; they won't mess with us. So send them back to their planet. Well, anyway, Kara and some other characters end up tricking Martian Manhunter. She goes outer space, gets to the sun and shit, comes back down, defeats them. But she's still alive, and Superman's still alive. So I think this is where that storyline is going to end up in DC versus Vampires All Out War. But it was a total shock. I did not expect Barbara, out of all people, to
So
become the vampire queen.
I will say when it comes to Barbara Gordon, it's been talked about quite a bit that she's kind of you know what I'm saying, one of the best, if not the best student the Batman has ever had. She caught on to things quicker. She's better at combat. She's more intelligent than a lot of the other boys.
Yeah, well, her dad's a detective.
Right.
Batman's a detective in real life, or as Batman. So I mean, it would make sense that she would be the best
That's what I'm
behind,
saying. So
not even
like
behind anyone.
for her to have like I'm surprised and I do think it was a cool twist. You know, that sounds awesome. But
Yeah,
thinking on it, I'm kind of like, it's almost like what'd you expect of Barbara? Like she'd have won. She of course she had a plan. Of course she was ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So that's really awesome, man. I need to read it. It's just vampires aren't my bag. Shout out to Twilight. Like it's never been my I think the coolest vampire I've ever seen in my life is Blade. Shout out to Blade, man. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, that's what turned me off of it. But like the fact that you've been talking to me about it and you think it sounds cool, it might be a book that I visit one of these days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it was crazy. Well, it was surprising seeing how many superheroes died. Like important, like the Flash died out of nowhere. Batman, Batman out of everybody.
Right.
You know, you would think Batman would have the Joker wasn't a big part. So it's like all these main characters that you think would have a story or a big impact didn't, and it let to me it made it realistic because of course Bruce would die first. Of course, Superman somehow would become a vampire. Like to me, it was more realistic to have these characters people didn't really think would be important actually pull it off and survive.
Right. I mean, and then like in a situation like that, if you're trying to be the dominant vampire or anything like that, like you'd want to take out the strongest. You know what I'm saying? Those dudes that you know, because you know, even if Batman becomes a vampire, like you know, he gonna be on some like this isn't right. I have to stop it. Like he's gonna get in the way of whatever plans other people have.
Like Damien.
Right. So you
Damien
know
was
what
the
I'm
same
saying?
way.
I did. Damien is Bruce, man. He's a young Bruce. So I think it only makes sense that the bat would. It only makes sense to take out the bat. Superman is the bat's big weapon. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got to get him out of there. You got to get him
And it
out of
was
there.
gangster. It was pretty gangster, but like super lucky on how Superman became a vampire because, of course, I was telling you they thought Bruce was a vampire. Well, Batman had a little remote or a little valve in his mouth and used his tongue to click it and spit kryptonite in Superman's face.
Did you
So
see
he
me
was
just
down.
try it? Try to click the button. I was like, let me see if I can do this.
But right, that's the most Batman thing I've ever heard in my or read in my life. That he literally was like strangled and was like, I need a way to stop Superman if I'm in this position, and had a fake tooth, clicked it, and whoa, come on, that's
This
great.
is what I keep telling kids, right? Like, yes, Batman doesn't have superpowers. It's always the argument of he doesn't have any powers, he'll get beat up. It's not his purpose though. This is why he's the most crucial member to the Justice League. He is the planner, the strategist, kids. You know what I mean? Without these blueprints, without these plans that Batman is putting into play, the Justice League would not know what the hell they're doing. They'd just be going here, going there, beating this person for no reason. Batman is the reason things actually get done in the Justice
But
League.
it also shows you how you can turn your weakness into a strength, and
Mm,
how beneficial that is for real life. You know, a lot of people think their
100%.
disability or their shortcoming is the reason that they don't achieve something. No, use your strength. Batman has been smart forever. He learns how to fight, blah, blah, blah. Those are strengths. But not having a superpower is a disadvantage. So what can I do?
Especially in that world.
Right, what can I do? Okay, you let me use my mind to think of different ways to make my body a weapon, even though it's not a
Right.
super weapon. So
Who
that's pretty dope.
who do you think out of all the superheroes has the best rogues gallery? Rogues gallery being the best lineup of villains. I feel like for me it comes down to two individuals. And I can give you those now if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead, because I'm a think. Go ahead.
So obviously, off top, as you know, I'm gonna go with Batman number one. I'm a huge fan of his lineup. He also has some corny guys, but so does this other guy. What the fuck is a Calendar Man, kids? What is a polka dot man? But it's okay. Calendar Man is actually kind of valid a lot in certain storylines. But you know, so Batman has an incredible rogues gallery. The only guy I feel competes, and I'm speaking bold, I guess, you know what I'm saying? Is Spider-Man. Spider-Man's Rogues Gallery. Think about it. You have
Okay.
Green Goblin, you have Venom, you have Hobgoblin, you have Doc Ock, you have what's his name? The old Vulture. You have Vulture, you have the Hunter, or you know, all of that. Like you have Craven the Hunter. You have so many great villains. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, okay. Oh, go ahead.
no, you got it.
Of course, Batman, because I love Joker. Bane's pretty dope. You know, Penguin is Penguin. You know, he's getting his own
Amazing.
comic coming here soon. I may pick it up.
He's
The
also
Riddler
getting
and
He's all really quick. He's also getting a TV show coming very soon. It's going to be the same.
Called, called Cobblepot, right?
Maybe I actually don't know the name of it, but it's in the same universe as Robert Pattinson Batman, meaning Colin Farrell, the guy who played Penguin, who also played many years ago in Ben Affleck's Daredevil. He played Bullseye, one of Daredevil's arch nemesis. Really cool to see him. They used a big suit and makeup. Like I just thought that Penguin was my favorite Penguin. That's why he's phenomenal. Shout out to Danny DeVito. But this guy was it. You know what I'm saying? So he will be getting a TV show soon. So stay tuned for
Yeah.
that, kids. If we haven't told you guys that, that's on us. But anyway, go ahead. Go ahead. Riddler.
But
Did I
yeah,
say
yeah. I mean,
Two
all
Face?
the Two-Face, Catwoman, and off and on. But yeah, a lot of good versatile characters, and that's why I love they did. If you guys don't know, they did one shots of the main villains in Batman's story
Is this the
called Batman:
Bad Day?
The Bad Day.
Did you
Yeah,
read
so it
any of
had
those?
no. I want to wait. Me and Ethan was talking, and they made make it into a Omega or a Omnibus or whatever.
Omnibus? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So they may
That
make it into that. So I'm gonna pick that because there's 64 pages in that motherfucker. So 64 or 100, something like that,
in
in each
each
page,
in
in each
each
book.
comic
Yeah,
book. That's nice. That's nice. That's like the what are those issues called? The uh annual issues, whatever. They always make those really big. So that's really awesome. I might if you get that, I might borrow it.
for
You know what
sure.
I'm saying? That
But yeah, so each character now, I think it's them beating Batman. I'm not really sure, but I think it's them beating Batman. But it has Clayface, Riddler, Two Face, Ra's al Ghul, Catwoman. So Mister Freeze. We don't really see a lot of Mister Freeze, so that was pretty dope to have him as a storyline. But the
again,
second
he's
one,
another one of his really quick. He's another one of Batman's great you know what I'm saying? Villains, Mr. Freeze, Clayface. You're listing them all off. This is why I feel like he has one of the best rogues galleries. Go ahead.
yeah. But to me, I'm not gonna go to Spider-Man. I'm actually gonna go Flash. Flash to
Okay.
me, even though multiple of his villains are fast, they're all different in their sadisticness, if that's a word.
I get it. I hear
Like
you.
you have Reverse Flash, you have Zoom, you have Godspeed, you have Savitar, and all of these characters tested Barry in a way to where it was literally life or death for him. Of course, all these villains are like that, but
Right.
with Savitar, he had to plan stress because Savitar was going to kill his wife, and it was like this whole ordeal that Barry wasn't fast enough. And it's like if you're not the superhero, then who are you? And then Reverse Flash is the most evil man to live. Like he literally went back in time to kill Barry's mother just to make Barry be Flash so he can get back to his timeline.
Yeah, it's low. Both. Killing a wife and your mother. Like, yo, chill out, son. Like that's out of
Right.
line.
And
Like,
then Barry's dad, like Barry grew up an orphan because of Reverse Flash.
hmm
That's crazy. And then
he
of course
also has. Go ahead.
Gorilla Grodd
One of
was
my
was one
favorites.
of the villains. Captain Cold, who actually played the guy from Prison Break.
Nice, nice. Captain Boomerang as well. I think is one of the Flash's villains.
Yeah,
So he has some cool guys. He has some cool guys. I definitely agree. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big fan of Gorilla Grodd, as you guys know. Again, Planet of the Apes. We don't have enough gorilla characters out here really just toting pistols,
man.
man, doing it up.
You need to watch in Injustice 2, Gorilla Grodd's a character, but his move sets are ridiculous. You would love
I've
it.
I've played through Injustice 2 twice. I'm a
Uh,
big one of my favorite games. But yeah, I will say Gorilla Grodd is dope. He's kind of hard to move around though because he's so big. It's the same as when you play as like Darkseid or somebody on this like I
yeah,
like them
but
faster
that
characters.
that bruteness, man, that's what I like in a character. Like this new, oh guys, a little tangent. But I've never been a fan of Street Fighter, the video game. I've always been a Mortal Kombat guy. But this new Street Fighter, looks amazing, and the mechanics looks amazing, and they have a lot of big characters that have that bruteness of a Gorilla Grodd or a Darkseid or a Bane, and they have a lot of command grabs and shit like that.
That's dope.
So
That's really dope. I
I'm
didn't know
looking
they were
forward
making a
to it.
new. Go ahead.
Yeah, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I need to I need to invest into something so we can play games together. Like I think I need to get a PC or something.
I would really enjoy that. I still want to run through the. I'm still a big fan of this game. I don't care what the rest of the world says. Gotham Knights is worth the purchase, worth the pickup, and worth the play. At least one time, one playthrough. The story is so good, Jules. The story is so.
I kind of got
Did
spoiled
you
on the
watch?
ending.
Did you watch some
No,
gameplay?
no, I didn't watch the gameplay because I wanted to see if it would come on Game Pass. I'll probably still play it on Game Pass. I saw that they put Bruce in the Lazarus pit. I didn't watch the video, but I just watched or it was a clip. It says each character reacting to Bruce in the Lazarus pit. And I was like, "Fuck, he comes back to life." So
He
I don't
does.
know.
Some other stuff happens too, though. Like you gotta check it out, man. The story is so good. The combat is phenomenal. Nothing compares to running around. I think I've told you this before, but smashing heads is Red Hood. He's the brute of the gang. So all of his attacks are power. He'll power bomb somebody like he's a beast. And then Nightwing, he's very acrobatic, as you know. So you're just flipping around, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Like it's a great time. Batgirl's the closest to Batman in the Arkham games, and then Tim Drake's. I don't care about Tim Drake, but forgive me, fans. You know what I'm saying? But it's such a good game, dude. So to get to play that,
Yeah.
and then the biggest thing is like Castro and Jules running around Gotham City endlessly together. Like we get to run around and just fight crime all night. Like, come on, bro. Like, what's funner than that? Like nothing, nothing
I'll hit you. I'll hit you up after this. I got something to tell you. We
for
could
sure,
probably make that happen. We could probably make that happen.
for sure. For the only beef is it's not cross-platform. It's PC only.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
not it okay, for sure. So just letting you know that. You brought up Gorilla Grodd. I do want to say really quick, I have been hanging out with a lot of the figure guys. We'll get into that. You know what I'm saying? But my Gorilla Grodd figure is probably my favorite figure. You've seen it. I've showed it to you. If you guys haven't seen it, kids, I'll bring it up on another. I'll show it to you on another episode. Though it's back there, I don't feel like getting up is appropriate. Watch one of our previous episodes. When I revealed it, it's really nice. I've been spending a lot of time with the figure collectors, man, on Instagram. There's a whole entire toy community. You know what I mean? That's just all over that thing, and they're big supporters of everybody. They heart this, heart that, share your style. Like they're really cool people. And the thing I love most about these guys, Jules, is what they do is they'll go live on Instagram almost nightly. Somebody will go live. I tune into it all the time. It's really fun. But they'll go live, and then other toy collectors will pop in on their lives and they'll just sit there and they'll talk history of toys, action figures, toy photography. I did not know toy photography was a big thing, but like it's a huge thing out here. Guys are out here taking pictures of action figures and they look really incredible, man. You got the dude JP from I think he's from Chile, Japan TMNT from you know what I'm saying?
Japan.
Yeah, thank you. Why? Shout out to that guy. Shout out to both of those dudes. Roger, the anime figure collector, man, really cool dude. Dead Man One. A bunch of these guys, man, just out here taking amazing, amazing pictures of toys. Japan and anime are not toy photographers, but they're cool collectors. Japan obviously collects Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. What's it called? Anime figure statue collector guy. He collects fucking what it says, anime statues and stuff. But really dope, man. Really dope to just see all these different lanes and then see all these guys come together. They all like different things, but they all share the one thing in common of like the love of action figures and
Right.
plastics and stuff. So I've been really enjoying that. What do you got, man? You look like you had something to say.
No, no. Oh my goodness, I'm agreeing with you in the sense of everybody's liking toys and then
Mm-hmm.
different genre. I think we spoke about that um the podcast after we went to that Comic Con.
Yes. Yes. That's a
How everybody was different in their genre, but it's still related to one thing, and that's the love of comic books. So it shows that all like this nerdy sense this nerdy stuff in the sense is a room for everyone. You know, if
Right.
you're a collector or just a noob or a diehard, just certain things like that. There's a place for you
That's what
in this
makes it
realm.
so beautiful, man. I've been in many different social groups in my life, as you know, Jules. Audience, some of you guys may know, but I've done a lot of different things. And always going back to being a nerd, spending time with nerds is some of the most friendly, kind-hearted people. I say it all the time. The thing you guys are going to argue about is Star Trek versus Star Wars. You know what I mean? Things like that's what you're going to beef over. And you know what I'm saying? Some of them get a little opinionated, and that's always fun. It makes it even more fun. But you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you have a thing, like that's what it's all about. Like, oh, you got a thing and you like this so much that you're willing to dress up as it, collect the memorabilia, read the content, watch all the movies, fucking make podcasts about it, you weirdos. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's like, then I like you, and that's a great thing. Like, you guys can bond off of that. Your love for this movie that you grew up watching, Back to the Future. There's some Back to the Future nerds out here. There's like, again, Japan TMNT. He's obsessed with the turtles, man. The turtles were cool to me. It seems like since we've started this podcast, they've become very, very important to my life. Shout out to Jules, and turtles are surrounding us now. But go ahead, Jules. Did you have something to say?
Uh, maybe.
You do these facial expressions, and I'll be like, he's about to say something. I need to shut up a little bit.
No, my bad, man. I've been told a lot, especially by my son's mom, that I do these expressions that I don't notice I'm doing. I guess.
Hmm.
So just ignore them if possible. Um, but I thought that was funny. Sorry. Yeah, man, collecting is cool.
Fire. Just that's all that needs to be said, kids. Uh did I tell you I don't know if I talked about it on this last podcast. Did I talk about my new VHS pickups?
Yeah, man. Oh, no, because you dropped a little snippet. But if you want
For
to, go
sure.
ahead.
For sure. So kids, you talking about the snippet I dropped on the gram?
Yeah.
Did you got to see that?
Hell yeah.
Nice, nice.
I was live for that. Come on, man.
For sure, for sure. Oh yeah, yeah. I did a fucking Instagram live, which you got to jump on the gram, bro. People would love you. You're so amazing. The audience wants to see more Jules.
Oh man.
Do a little live sometime, man. They would love it. If you guys don't know, we share socials, but 9 times out of 10, if you're getting responded to on the socials, you're talking to the king. You're not talking to young Master Jules here. He's like, nah, it's for nerds. You know what I'm saying? But
Speaking of nerds, thank you. I remember what I was gonna say.
okay.
So, uh, last Monday or this Monday that just passed, I pulled up on Camcorder at Tabletop or Critical Hits Tabletop Gaming.
Oh,
Shout out to
dude.
him.
Tell me about this.
Yes.
Really quick, if you guys don't know who Cam Porter is, we did an interview with him about a month or two ago over at his store, Critical Hit Board Games, I think it's called, right?
Yeah,
Uh,
Tabletop Gaming.
Tabletop Gaming. It's a tabletop gaming store that recently opened up here in our city, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Really cool. Go watch the episode. There's dungeons and stuff anyway. Go ahead, Jules. Had to plug.
Yeah, but so every Monday he has a community game night to where people can come and play D&D. Well, I
Fucking
pulled up and yeah, and going back to what you said that people will argue over blah 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 or whatever, or you could dress up as your favorite character. Well, when I was playing D&D, these guys was actually doing their character voices, and I was like,
let's
I'm not
go.
I'm not there yet to feel comfortable with doing my voices, but there was like a barbarian, so he had a real deep voice and was trying to be all barbaric.
That's
And there was
fire.
this the DM. She was playing the school teacher. I don't know if I need to keep going if she's going to keep playing this character because fantasy season, whatever. But anyway, okay,
You wow.
it wasn't. I'm sorry. I thought I was going to make you laugh. But anyway,
You
it
did.
was
I
cool.
actually looked at my phone right as you dropped the joke, so it took away from it, and that's my fault. I did that to you. You had a good joke, Jules. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
No, but I just wanted to stress on the fact that this community of people is so loving and
It
helping me. Like
is.
all these people were helping me. Like like set up your character this way, or this is what dexterity, or this is how many dice you were like, just how welcoming they are into this community
That's
because
amazing,
it,
man.
it really is an escape. Like I got there when the sun was out. I left when it was dark time, and I was like, okay, that happened. So it was really neat. There was a bad experience. There was this little kid there with his uncle, and of course he wants to do everything. He wants to say everything. So that kind of ruined the vibe. But other than that, it was pretty dope.
Should have just punched him, you know.
I was thinking about it. I looked at it and was like, if you were my son, I would. Don't worry about it, guys.
Anyway, that
I
was a
don't want you to
joke,
be
kids. That was a joke. We don't punch kids here, but
No,
definitely not
hold
going to
on,
use
hold on.
this as a promo clip.
Batman does.
That so does that mean though that we? No, I'm just playing. That's amazing, man. I'm so jealous that you got to go do this. I'm also jealous you're about to go see Darth Maul, and I'm probably not, but that's okay. Like, see, guys, so
Tell,
I take care of the socials.
tell,
Jules gets to go out and do the fun things. I just podcast. That's me.
tell Joe that I sprained my ankle while I was there. You need to come help me.
I can't lie to my wife, you know.
It's not a lie. I will actually do it.
He's like, I will sprain my ankle for you to see Darth Maul. That's a true friend. That's commitment right there. To go, that's what I need. That's why you're my
I
con buddy.
hope
Like,
so.
that's
I hope
why.
so. I hope you see it.
This is why we podcast together. This is why we go to cons and this and that. Like, you're willing to sprain your ankle for me to, you know, get a comic book signed by Kevin Smith or whatever it may be. You know what I'm saying? But that's awesome.
I'll do a lot of things for you, buddy.
Thank you, Jules. Thank you.
Yeah,
Uh, butt to butt. Uh, no, that's so incredible, man. I would love to experience D&D at that level where they're actually doing the voices and into character and things like that. You got to hit me up for the next one so me and the wife can go.
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't know what time you work, so it's at 6, I believe.
I could probably slide in. You know what I'm saying? Before work, get a little D&D action. Remember last time we played D&D? If you
It
guys
was
don't,
tasty
I ripped a guy's throat out. It was pretty
with
cool.
your mouth. With your
With
mouth.
my mouth. I pulled a Rick Grimes Walking Dead. If you guys have seen Walking Dead, you know the reference. He just rips this dude's whole shit off. It was insane. But and he wasn't a zombie. So shout out to that. That's balls. Balls.
Ah, that was.
But yeah, so I definitely think that that's awesome. Really quick, man, we're running out of time here, Jules. I did have something I wanted to do with you. I have casted, and like I said, guys, next week we will be reading more comics, and we will have some comics to review for you guys. Suggestions, really quick. Check out Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil, anything Batman, anything Nightwing. Jules, you got any comics you want to plug up really quick? There it is. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're just gonna show off.
This right here.
Just gonna show off
This right
books.
here is called the Nasty, right? And this had a fucking disclaimer by it, like if you read this book, blah 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 or whatever. But anyway, it's about this guy right here. He was in love. No review. This is good.
No review. Just look at the pictures next week. You have been reading D&D as well. That's really cool.
Okay, I haven't been reading this, but because these characters are actually based on the 1983 Dungeons and Dragons
Nice.
TV show. There's only 28 episodes, and they're on YouTube for in order. So I'm gonna go ahead and watch those. I think I'm halfway done. Then I'm gonna read this. This looks phenomenal.
Nice.
1983, it's not bad. It's kind of corny, blah blah blah, but it's good.
Yeah.
But then, of course, for you, I had to pick this up.
Yeah, so
Uh,
kids, this is what I'm super excited to go read. I have to go pick up my book. I haven't done it yet. You guys know how things are. I plan on going to get it though soon, very soon. That's why I wanted to go see Darth Maul today. Not even gonna allow him like, hey honey, let me get that Planet of the fucking Apes down there.
hey, let me when we get off, let me know if you're gonna go because
All
I'm
right.
gonna go after this.
I probably won't be able to go, but it is what it is. I might shoot you $5 or something to pick up my book though. Um,
Okay.
Anyway, really quick, kids. So check those books out. Next week we will be talking about Planet of the Apes and other comic books and things. But I went ahead this week, Jules, and being the nerd that I am, working overnights, I spent some time with a friend on Discord casting. Shout out to Sir Treason out in the UK. I spent some time casting a Batman film. And I want to go over my castings with you, Jules. I wish you had your phone so you could pull up these actors and actresses. I think there's going to be, more impact if you get to see who I'm talking about, but that's okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
So, for Batman, we'll start off with the big deal. For Batman, the guy I'm thinking is Josh Brolin. Do you know who this is? Josh Brolin is.
I'm not. To be honest,
This is why. Yeah. Let's wait till next week. Wait, kids. Sorry for the excitement. Next weekend, me and Jules should be together again. Finally, at Impulse Creations Live, he'll be able to use my phone.
2 weeks.
That'll be 2 weeks.
That we haven't been at Impulse.
Very true. Very true. So next weekend, kids, we will go over my castings for my Batman film, and Jules will be able to use my phone and look up all of these actors and actresses and be able to give you guys his feedback. So next weekend, stay tuned, or tune in, I should say, to that. It's going to be a good time, and we'll be talking comics again, kids. I feel like we talked comics today, but we kind of just shot the shit. You know what I mean? Had a good time, guys. That's it for me today. Jules, you got anything?
No, just check out Socks on or Off podcast. Let me know. I want to get your opinion as well of what you guys would like to see for the 50th episode of Socks on or Off. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be exciting. So
it's going to be a crazy
one. That. But from us to you, may your pain be champagne. But if you want to close it out, since I opened this up,
definitely. Kids, June 18th, Tulsa Comic Book Swap. Shout out to Nick Goltra. We will be in the building, and we will have a booth, and we will be live podcasting. That's King Castro X and Jules, the young master himself. Ladies and gentlemen, my wife will be in the building, so you know we're going to have some influence of Soul Tap. So let's talk about podcasts in the building. Russell Sun Eagle from Okie Podcast and Unsolved Mysteries on the Reservation should slide through. Hilton Price might pop up. A couple other guys. We just might have some cool people at our table, guys. So you definitely want to swing by, say what's up, you know what I'm saying, and just hang out with us at the Tulsa Comic Book Swap as well. We'll be doing a free comic book giveaway, where you guys enter your name into a fucking thing and we decide if you win or not. You know what I'm saying? We might make you answer some comic book questions, but it's gonna be a great time, kids. So definitely come out, check us out. Have a great time. Also, if you're looking for comic books or if you're in the market of getting into anything in the nerd realm, be sure to check out Impulse Creations, where you get 30% off
all pre-orders and subscriptions.
True indeed, guys. So go slide through, man. That is our favorite comic book store. Go show some love, man. Stop by, say hi to the guys, tell them the con sent you, and use our code KHANS. No, I'm just playing. Get 10%
for nothing off.
For nothing at all off, but just do it anyway because it'd be really funny. Be sure to video yourself trying to use the Comic-Con's code. That would be hilarious. I would love to start getting videos of that. That would be incredible, my brother.
That'd be dope.
But anyway, kids, without further ado, we are the Comic-Cons. Go collect something. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to go watch Evil Dead with my wife. You guys, have fun. Peace. We're out. Big guns. Big gun tings. Big gun tings, bro. Don't. Bye. Bye.